Rescue us from bandits, resident beg SANWO. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The Olowu Ogunkalo family of Oreki village in Ibeju-Lekki area of Lagos State has called on Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to intervene and stop the activities of suspicious individuals losing their land as a training camp for bandits and terrorists. The family spokesperson, who is also Baale of Oreki, Chief Waliyu Olowu, alleged that policemen were aiding these unlawful activities, especially as they were also feigning to be land grabbers. He pleaded with the governor to intervene and stop the infringement of the right by unscrupulous elements. Concerning this particular issue, the headlines was, I wanted to shout Lagosians, so be careful. So anybody who is land grabbing now is now well, I will still say it. Lagosians, please be careful. About a month ago, it was said, or it was reported in the news, that a certain, I think they said it was at Ikeja cantonment, Ikeja barracks, that they found a young boy with, he was with, I don't know the kind of bomb they named it, but it was actually bomb, as in bomb was attached to the name of whatever device he was found with. And I started screaming out, say, hey, if these people enter the West, and not just any West, Lagos State, it's not going to be funny. Lagos State is made up of almost all the 6 geopolitical zones. There is nobody you will not find in Lagos. You find the Yorubas, who are the main owners of Lagos. You find the Igbos. You find the Robo TV. Ibibio, Ijo, every community, the Hausas, the Fulani. You find them, and in fact, you even find foreigners in Lagos. That is the truth. So I was like, no, this should not be true. Lagos State government, Lagos State security operative, the military in Lagos should be ready, as in should be super ready to make sure that these people, as they are coming in, that they are crushing them, as in immediately. Let's say, they should be doing it fast, so that these people will not. Hey, I don't want to say it, but I have to. These people will not find a way to do that, because it's not going to be funny. I say again, if you are living in Nigeria and you think the security situation is none of your business, you think the security situation does not concern you, you're moving around like, Kokami, it's not my business now. What's my own? After all, where I'm living is calm. You see what I'm doing? Problem. I've said it before, sincerely, only God in heaven knows why these people have not actually spread out. It is not because they are not able to. Yes. It is not because they are not able to. They can actually. But I don't know for what reason why they have not spread out. Maybe it is not in their propaganda. But it does not mean that we cannot be too careful. There is nothing like being too careful. You have to. Lagosians and all other Nigerians, we have to be careful. We have seen or we have heard stories of what these people can do. So people who are lucky to have seen it, their lives have never remained the same. In fact, they don't know, they're looking for a way to erase that particular, if it is a day, if it is a week, erase it from their minds, but they cannot. So it's better be careful, cautious, and very conscious of our surroundings. And of course, if you notice any activity, don't do it, does not concern you. The better you find out, the earlier you find out, the better for everyone in the community. Okay, the news in detail, please stay with us. He said they are perceived as mere land grabbers, but what they do is to conspire with some policemen in uniform to run a training camp for terrorists. We call on the Inspector General of Police, IG, and other security agencies, Lagos State Governor, as well as the Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Lagos, to intervene and stop them now. Olowu also accused the businessman of colluding with a Hong Kong national to sell government exercise land to suspecting people. According to him, the foreigner has successfully built a land-grabbing cartel turned breeding ground for bandits, while they are also involved in some other illegal activities. According to the family head, these men have been using the bandits and police officers to perpetrate evil in Ibeju-Lekki and environs. This, he said, unsettles the previously serene communities, threatens his existence, debars justice and may likely have a spillover effect in other parts of a state. He added, the family resorted to media intervention as an unbiased fourth ﷺ owing to the fact that efforts made through many letters, protests and petitions written to the Inspector General of Police were thwarted by unscrupulous officers. The cartel uses these officers to harass, persecute, and prosecute genuine landowners on behalf of land grabbers and bandit sponsors. The hijack case files and truncate investigation by setting the complainants up through frivolous charges, and they end up in court for no reason, thereby causing breach of trust between the police and the community. We therefore beg the IG to request for petitions dated September 27, 2021 addressed to the IG's office and the other addressed to the AIG FCID NX, Alagbon Ikoyi, Lagos, and do the needful. We also want the IG to withdraw the case from the present agent of the cartel and give an unbiased officer with proper monitoring with time frame for completion and submission. It may interest you to know that the family and our clients had initiated legal proceedings in the matter. Our consistent prayer is that the court compel the police to remove all the cases linked to Oreki villages, Olamuyegun and Baba Disa from these unscrupulous officers. As the Chief Security Officer of a state, we implore Governor Babajide SANWO to use the state machinery to ensure that peace continues to reign in all the nooks and crannies of a state by constituting a panel of inquiry to look into the matter and bring all perpetrators to book and ensure justice prevails. He added, the family resorted to media intervention as an unbiased fourth ﷺ owing to the fact that efforts made through many letters, protests and petitions written to the Inspector General of Police were thwarted by unscrupulous officers. The cartel uses these officers to harass, prosecute and prosecute genuine landowners on behalf of land grabbers and bandit sponsors. They hijack case files and truncate investigation by setting the complainants up through frivolous charges, and they end up in court for no reason. Lagos, it is time for me to say this. Please, I beg of you, be very cautious. This is not looking good for Lagosians, which is not at all. If you live in Lagos, if you live in these areas, it is time for us. And it is time for, this is not a time for child's play. Governor Babajide SANWO of Lagos State should please ensure that, these places that was once serene, they actually looked into. And this is where here I got what I have to say. Before you see a new group raise up their voice, know that they have done their bits. We are listening to the news, and we have heard where it was read that these people have actually reached out to the government. They have written to the police. Tomorrow, the police will come and say, I'm not aware. It is well. It is well, though. Hopefully, this is going to be dealt with, and the serenity of